4th of July's are usually hot, but the summer's heat wave is sure to have many of you seeking out a cool spot tomorrow. For some of you, that cool spot is right here. It's called the Cold Hole, and it's located on a tributary of Fowl River in South Mobile County. NBC 15's Darwin Singleton made his second trip there today. Darwin, today's visit was very different from your last one.
Sure was, Kim, because 2 weeks ago, the Cold Hole was completely underwater. The water was under the water. It was anything but a place to have a day of summer fun. It was a real human drama that happened quickly with little warning. Heavy rain, a flash flood, and this high water rescue by the Mobile Fire Rescue Department. Stepping onto that boat, Deborah Baber. She would come back to a waterlogged house that she's still dealing with 2 weeks later.
I got to get a contractor. I need a couple contractors, what my insurance company said, but I've got flood insurance. That's all I got. But my floors are falling in. I'm walking on sacred ground.
So you're just like hanging on then, barely then, in the house then. Deborah has had her hands full with trying to recover from the flood with the house and her property. But tomorrow, the 4th of July, all of that goes on hold, and her attention turns to what lies at the end of this road. It's a little turn in the stream that feeds Fowl River. Locals call it the Cold Hole. Deborah says it's fed by a
natural spring. I have a geyser up here that'll pop up on you every once in a while right there in that little hole right there.
And Cold Hole is on Deborah's property. She shares it for a modest admission with those who crave a cool place to swim in the summer.
A word of mouth. I do a $30 carload during the week, 40 on the weekend. And as long as I can make it, it keeps the grass cut and keep me picnic tables and stuff like that that I need.
Seems reasonable to Brad Barriere and his family who were looking for
something different.
Brad says the kids wanted something different than the golf, and he likes the fact he doesn't have to worry about rip currents. But there's still something else that pulls him here.
When we were kids, we used to go up and down the bayous on 2x4s, and like you imagine, like I remember watching you as a kid. Well, you weren't a kid, but where's Darwin? And find these little spots, and we would just go find little spots, little holes.
That's the kind of stories Deborah likes to hear. She can use the business, especially now, and after years of helping her neighbors whenever she could, she admits to me it would be comforting to get some of that in return. Some people could be bitter that people haven't come to your aid like maybe you would come to theirs. Does that bother you?
Yeah, it's a little bit, but that's all right. I survive. I'm a survivor.
And she is. Besides swimming, the Cold Hole offers primitive camping too. And expect to see Deborah out there as well, grilling and chilling with her friends and her customers tomorrow on the 4th, Kim.